Hello Nation, and welcome back to the Homestead. Well, today we're over here at Stack because during our tractor review series, a lot of you guys kept saying, why don't you buy used? Why don't you buy used? So today we're going to sit down with Jay and we're going to talk about the benefits of new versus used.
Good morning, young man.
Good morning, boss man. How's it going?
Oh, we're doing good. What about you? Oh, we're having fun, aren't you?
Oh yeah, always. All right, Jay. So we did this tractor series, as you know, and a lot of people in the comments were saying that we should have bought used. We should have bought used. Now, my personal thing to think that the reason why they were saying that major thing was price. Is there really that big of a price difference between a new and a used tractor?
So in the late models of used tractors, there's really not that big of a price difference. What happens is that people buy a tractor today and then they'll say, well, in a year, I haven't used it, I'm gonna get rid of it. That's a different used tractor than I bought my tractor 50 years ago and now I need to get rid of it and get a new tractor. So so there's almost two types of market in the used business today. So the late model tractors, you're not going to find that big of a difference. There's not like the old days used to be, you drive the car off the lot and it'd lose 20-30%. That just doesn't happen today. So
but what about the difference between, let's say, a tractor that's 2 years old versus the new one? Is there a big difference in price with those?
Every year the tractor's going to get more depreciation and less value. But the problem is that there's just not enough tractors out there. There's not enough tractors in inventory, new or used. So that's also propping the market up. It's because there's just not enough inventory for people that need or want tractors. So that props up the used tractor side also.
So supply and demand.
Supply and demand, yes sir. That's a biggie right there. Supply and demand is a biggie.
All right, it's funny that you say about availability, because this is not the first time we've made this video. We made this video like last week and we had an audio issue and you had 2 used Kubotas out here and they're gone now.
Yes sir. Yes sir. Availability, if it's a good tractor, it's not going to hang around. I will just tell you, the used tractor market is just as volatile as the new tractor market. I mean, there's just not a lot of it out there, inventory. We have 1 used tractor on our yard currently. That's it.
That's it. So, well, let me ask you this, Jay, because you got my mind going. With all of the updates, and especially like with the emissions and stuff with the newer tractor, which is in my opinion, which is great. What about parts for these older tractors? What's the availability on those? Okay,
so that's where the iffy starts coming in. So the dealership or a brand name will make parts for that tractor for so many years, just to say 20 years. Okay. They'll make parts for it, and then they'll start slowing down the parts because they'll only keep the parts on the shelf for certain parts, and so it starts slowing down. So it starts getting harder to get them. So they won't be on a dealership shelf like our parts department won't have parts for a 20-year-old tractor, but our warehouse will have them. So it takes longer to get it from the warehouse to get it to here. So so that starts to slow down. So then you go to, as we quoted the last time, my grandfather's 49 M Farmall. I can still get parts for it, but I can't get the hood or the fender, but I can get internal parts for the engine or the carburetor or something like that. I can get those parts, but there's certain parts that they just don't make anymore. So once you get to that point, it's going to get to the point to where parts are become an issue. So headlights, so like you might not be able to find a headlight for a 20-year-old tractor. I'm just giving an example.
So with the market, then you kind of have to lean towards the new one because of with the parts availability versus one that's, like you said, one that's 20 years old. So you need to find a used one that maybe is less than 20 years old.
In the tractor market, you've got, and I hate to do this, but you basically got 2 different clienteles. You got the one that uses it regularly, every day. I mean, they depend on it. It's part of their job or it's part of their farm. Then you got the other ones that use it once a week or once a month or and don't need it. So for those people that don't need a tractor every day, you can gamble with a used tractor and then you can wait 2 or 3 weeks. But if you need it every day, 2 or 3 weeks is a lifetime. If you're using that tractor every day, if you're feeding cows and that's the only tractor you have to feed cows hay with, and you don't have it for 3 weeks, what do you do? I mean, so you're in a bind. So that's the difference is that you're beginning to see, is it's beginning to spread like a sea almost, and you're seeing people that are say, hey, I don't use this tractor but once a week, so why do I need to pay extra $3,000-4,000 for a new one? And so that's what you see.
So it's almost we can kind of equivocate it with homesteading on what size of a homestead that you're going to have. So what other animals can you have? What other things can you raise? So if you're going to be raising a lot of cows, you might want to lean towards the new tractor, especially if you're going to be using it to bring the hay and stuff like that. But if you got just a couple of goats and a couple of chickens and stuff where you might just use it to bush hog every now and then, or
rototill twice a year for the garden or whatever. Yeah, and that's what a lot of people are looking at is the used market. So, and everybody's different. Everybody's different. If we were all the same, we'd still be driving black Model Ts, you know, Fords, because everybody would be out there hand cranking. Once we'd have made the perfect car, we would have stopped. But everything is different. Everything's changing. Everything. So what you need, what I need, what they need is different. So you got to find out what fits you. The other thing I would like to say on this, on parts, is I'm a parts changer. So you tell me what's wrong with my tractor, I can change the part and put it back on, but I can't tell you what's wrong with it. I'm not a technician. So that's why I like a new tractor. I can drive it into my shop, hook it up to the computer tells me what's wrong with it. Order the part, fix it.
That's a good point too. That's a really good point too. Because I mean, as much as I've been underneath hoods and stuff like that, nowadays, you know, people in my generation or younger, if they haven't kept up with it professionally with all the new computers and stuff that comes in, it makes, even with cars, you know, it makes you start to scratch your head just doing something as a basic tune-up.
Yes.
That's a very good point.
I went for an oil change in my truck the other day. I was trying to figure out how to reset the oil change meter. You know, so hey, I like somebody else telling me what to do. So, so that's why I'm married.
All right, Jay. So when you go to shopping for a used tractor, now I know if I buy it from Joe Schmuckatelli down the street, I'm not going to get a warranty. But do tractor dealers do like a car dealership and make it a, what do they call it, a certified pre-owned, where it comes with a little bit of warranty on it? I mean, do you guys go over it at all to fix up the appearance, or I mean, what do you guys do to a tractor when you bring it in?
So when we bring in a used tractor, the first thing we do is we take it in our shop, and our technician goes over, makes sure the crank, checks the oil, you know, some basic things that we go through. We try to check the clutch and all this stuff, and just look it over. So it's not anything certified, but it has been looked over when we bring it in here. And the reason we do that is because most of the time when we bring it in here, we're trading it in for a new tractor. And so then when we sell it, our name's on the side of it. So we're trying to protect our name and our reputation. And so, but I'm not afraid to tell you that when the tractor come in here, we won't change the oil or anything like that. And you pull the dipstick and it doesn't have any oil on the dipstick, that's the way it came in here. So I mean, we're not gonna try to hide it and change the oil and fill it up, make it look nice and pretty. We'll set it in the same spot, leave it there for, you know, a week or whatever, and you walk around, there's an oil leak. It is what it is on the used tractor. So, but we don't have a certified pre-owned or anything as far as tractors go.
So basically, they're getting sold as is. And so when you're selling it, you probably also list the problems that you guys may have learned about it. The clutch is gone,
whatever we
busted headlights,
whatever we see. I mean, we're try to be transparent. That's what we try to be, as transparent as we can, because you're buying something from us. Our name's on the side of it now, so we try to help out, and we kid around, but we try to be a family and try to treat people as family and not, you know.
Yes, you do.
So
that's one of the things we love. That was one of the major pushed us way over the line of choosing Stack and Coyote, because y'all do that.
Well, so and this probably doesn't have anything to do, but I'll just say this: I have to lay my head down at night and sleep. and I have a conscience. So I'm not going to sell you something that I know is wrong with that tractor and not tell you.
So in your opinion, let me ask you this. Is it, but I think I already know the answer to this, but it's probably when you're in the used market, when you're looking for a used tractor and you're dabbing in that, it's better to probably try to find a dealer that has some versus Joe Schmuckatelli down the street? Or is it kind of like 50-50 because there's not a lot of dealers out there like you? I got comments on some of the videos, you know, that state that.
I'm gonna just tell you, there's a lot of good people out there selling tractors. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of good used tractors out there. I've bought tractors all my life, sold tractors all my life. You got to have somebody that's honest, and so if you have an honest person, I wouldn't have a problem. If I drive up and the guy tells me it's a perfect tractor, and I look and I start seeing things that are wrong with it, I'm sort of doubting myself if he's honest. So there's a lot of good tractors out there, especially late model tractors. There's a lot of good late model tractors out there. Somebody's had them for a couple of years, realize they don't need them anymore, and they want to get rid of them. You know, so there's a lot of those out there. So, but there's also some people out there that are here to make a dollar.
That's right. So, now, Jay, I got a question. My warranty on my tractor is what, 6 years? Now you said that sometimes people come in because they realize they bought too small of a tractor, or they bought too big of a tractor, or they're like me, they came in to visit you and they saw that big honking baby that you got out front and they started salivating. But does the warranty stay with me, or does it stay with the tractor? How does that work?
As far as Coyote is concerned, the warranty stays with the tractor. Okay. It is transferable. So you sell your tractor to Jimmy, Jimmy gets the rest of the remaining warranty on your tractor. Okay. It is also, with Coyote, it is the closest dealer. So you sell your tractor to Jimmy in Alabama, then Alabama Coyote will warranty the tractor.
That's a good nugget of information to know, because if I was to sell Michonne and somebody in Michigan or Maine was to buy her, that would be a stressor. If something went wrong, they'd want to have to bring it back down
to South Carolina.
South Carolina. So now they don't. So
that's a great point, and that's more on Coyote. And that's one thing I'll tell you about. I've been in the Coyote business 7 going on 8 years, and I'm very impressed with the Coyote brand, the Coyote company. They are a very good company to work with, and they really do go above and beyond as far as their warranty is concerned. They want to have a good reputation and a good name.
All right, Jay, we've covered a lot. I've just got one more question. When we were talking about price earlier, and you said that prices are relatively similar. I know personally, I didn't have that kind of money sitting tucked up underneath my mattress. So is the financing the same for a used tractor as it is for new?
As far as dealerships go, with us, our finance company will treat a 10-year-old tractor and finance a 10-year-old tractor as a new tractor. Okay. So anything 10-year-old or less, we can finance as a new tractor. Once you get past 10 years, you're going to have to finance with your credit union, with a local bank, or somebody else. And so that's what a lot of people are having trouble. So the used tractor market, 10 years and new, is a good volatile market. You're not going to lose a lot of money with the depreciation right now and all that stuff. Once you get past 10 years, that's one of the things you're going to have. You're either going to have cash or good financing with the company. You walk into our company and you say, hey, I got a 2016 tractor I want to finance. We know what you want to finance. You walk into the bank and you tell them you got a 2006 tractor you want to finance, and they're going to like, huh? Yeah. So they don't know the tractor, you know. So that's the problem. Is financing is difficult once you get past the 10-year mark.
And it's probably more difficult, like, because you just like you said, that they don't, like with vehicles, the bank has like that Kelly Blue Book stuff that they can go after. So if you're buying it from Joe Schmuckatelli down the road, you walk in the bank to get financed, they're not gonna.
They don't know what a Coyote is.
Yeah, they don't know an apple from an orange when it comes to that.
Yes, that's right.
Well, you guys, that was a lot of information, and I'll be honest, Jay, I was nervous when I was coming to make this video, because I was like, oh, is it gonna be where I made the wrong decision? But when you start weighing out that the price is the same, you know, warranty, parts, all of that, it does kind of favor, in my opinion, it does favor to just go ahead and get that new tractor lease, like you said, for what we were doing and what we were looking forward to be able to do on our homestead and stuff. I feel like I made a really good decision. Plus, I mean, I got it from you, so I'm not worried about anything that happens afterwards.
I'm going to tell you, peace of mind is a big thing. When you spend 10, 20, 30, 40 plus $1,000 for something, and something breaks, it's a tractor, and something breaks, then you feel like you're out there in left field all by yourself. Yeah. And I just want to tell everybody that if you buy it from a dealer, that's not the case. You just need to call the dealer and tell them, because I don't know it broke. Right. But once you call me and I know about it, then it's my problem. And so it might be under warranty, it might not be under warranty, but so what's next? So we have to have a conversation and work through what we're gonna work through and do that. So I just want, we're here to help anybody that we can and do, and by all means, I just want you to know that we're here. So.
And you guys are great at it. We love you, absolutely love you for it and whatnot. And I appreciate you spending time with me today, helping me iron this out. You guys be sure to tune in next week, because I talked Jay into coming back, and we're going to talk about what to look for when we're going to buy a used tractor out there, not from a dealer, but out there from a private ownership.
So one thing I want to just share with you right quick, have a little slogan. We specialize in tractors so you don't have to. So when you're looking for a tractor, come see us. We'll help you any way we can.
There you go. Thanks for coming by the Big Bear Homestead. God bless, and have a nice day.